Attention, Eagles fans. A promising season is far from smooth sailing, and what began as a strategic offseason is already boiling over with explosive backstage twists. Rumors swirl about signings that could turn the team's fate, but unexpected decisions and silence from key names only heat up tensions among fans. Heated debates fill social media. Stars linked to reinforce the roster might decide their futures on whims amid a closing window filled with uncertainty. Welcome. Show your support for the Eagles by hitting 100 likes on today's video. The first news we will dissect centers on Justin Simmons, the all-pro safety available on the market, and the maneuvers the Eagles might make to bring this heavyweight piece in. Simmons, at 31 years old, boasts an impressive resume with 4 second-team All-Pro nods over the last 6 years and a steady career spanning 9 seasons, 8 with the Denver Broncos. However, a critical detail still weighs down his profile: his absence from playoff games so far, a factor that could heavily influence his choice of destination. Rumors now point to the Eagles, alongside the Steelers and Chiefs, as the most probable landing spots for the safety, mainly because these franchises offer a tangible chance to compete in the playoffs and chase a championship, something Simmons is still pursuing. Simmons' own interest in a new contract has stirred noise since the start of free agency, yet no solid movement has emerged to date. Meanwhile, Philadelphia stays alert, aware that a reinforcement of this magnitude in the secondary could be decisive to maintain the defense's high level. The postseason is the ultimate target, and securing a player with Simmons' experience and capability wouldn't just be a tactical addition, it would send a powerful message of ambition to both the roster and the fans. Albeit cautious moves from management, the market clock ticks relentlessly, and opportunities must be seized before rivals advance. Beyond the technical aspects, leadership and on-field presence are key. Simmons is known for his game-reading ability and his skill in commanding the defense from within, yielding an organic influence on young talents and defensive complements. These qualities carry significant value for the Eagles, who intensely pursue the development of players in their early careers to build a winning and sustainable core, a focus the team has upheld solidly in recent years. More than ever, these attributes make Simmons a piece capable of elevating the defense's level, especially against the NFC East's powerful offenses and in playoff battles. However, the market always imposes challenges and surprises. Motivated by his quest for a Super Bowl, the safety feels pressure to pick the right team, while the Eagles thoroughly study the financial impact, tactical fit, and locker room consequences. The squad, currently with adequate safeties, must decide whether to invest heavily in a high-level veteran or bet on promising youngsters. Blending this decision with the urgent need to patch weak spots revealed in the previous season, the uncertainty around Simmons might dictate paths and strategies for the entire campaign. This move also directly affects the team's internal dynamics. Signing a player expected to claim a prominent role can shake egos and spawn starter disputes, yet the Eagles appear ready to face that challenge if it means a quality boost. The franchise's recent history shows that acquiring veterans with all-pro experience can stabilize the group as well as foster healthy competition, an ingredient well managed by John DeFilippo, the defensive coordinator. Among fans, opinions on this possible signing remain divided. Some view Simmons as the perfect reinforcement to silence doubts about the defense in critical moments. Others fear the investment might hamper attention to other needy areas or that the safety's arrival might not bring the expected impact if the defensive surroundings aren't solidly constructed. This adds pressure on the front office and coaching staff to make swift and consistent decisions. Summing up, the Eagles hold an advantage in a favorable negotiation window, where Simmons seeks a competitive team and they possess the financial leeway. This scenario, if well handled, could yield a beneficial deal and empower the squad's defensive performance, a cornerstone that proved fundamental last season. While the spotlight shines on the secondary, let's shift to another strategic front the Eagles must explore: potential impact on the defensive line, a sector essential to the team's 2024 success. The second news concerns Zadarius Smith, a seasoned 3-time Pro Bowl pass rusher who is on the Philadelphia Eagles' radar as training camp commences. Smith, recently cut by the Detroit Lions, remains a free agent despite a respectable recent record, posting 9 sacks last season. His profile as an experienced yet productive player opens the door for the Eagles to leverage this market opportunity to further boost their pass rush, an area already stocked with talents like Josh Uche, Azeez Ojulari, and rookie Jihad Campbell. The interest isn't merely circumstantial. Zadarius offers a complete package the Eagles seek: experience, consistent quarterback pressure, and versatility within various defensive schemes. His past tenure with Detroit was marked by highs and lows, but the prospect of joining a well-organized Eagles defense capable of maximizing its players' talents becomes an increasingly sensible alternative. Moreover, with Philadelphia's current salary cap space surpassing $30 million, according to Over the Cap, Smith's potential contract fits the financial profile, a low-risk, affordable deal that the front office highly appreciates to preserve roster balance. Smith's decision remains uncertain. Though he has expressed the desire to return to Detroit, coaching staff renovations and team instability there cloud his future. Meanwhile, franchises like the Bengals and Eagles stay vigilant, aware that the chance to close such a signing may vanish quickly depending on Smith's final stance. This scenario triggers a quiet race where timing and genuine player interest could be decisive. For the Eagles, adding a proven pass rusher could resolve lingering concerns about consistency and depth along the defensive front. Despite recent additions of promising young players, last season's defense occasionally faltered against the pass, vulnerabilities potentially mitigated by Smith's presence. Additionally, the pressure generated by him could open more opportunities for linebackers and secondary players, creating a cascade effect that strengthens the entire defense. As training advances, the coaching staff's determination to field a resilient team becomes clear. Zadarius Smith is no ordinary player. He carries a winner's DNA and thrives under pressure, wielding the power to sway games through individual performance. This could represent a high-value gain in close contests where every sack or quarterback harass could shift the game's momentum. Nevertheless, risks linked to the signing cannot be overlooked. Smith's recent history includes moderate injuries, making physical condition a point of caution. His age and market status mean any contract must be carefully studied to avoid becoming a burden if performance dips. Ultimately, Eagles require quality that aligns safely with the team's future. Pass rusher market activity remains intense, and the chance to bring Smith amid teams in transition breeds uncertainty. We must watch how the front office and coaching staff act in coming weeks, whether they invest in this veteran or continue trusting youth development. One thing is clear, the hunger for improvement is substantial, and every detail could prove essential for the season's success or failure. Combining these two news items, a fascinating picture emerges of what the Eagles are trying to build: selective reinforcements focused on cost-benefit and a clear drive to assemble a championship-caliber team capable of enduring the season's grind and imposing themselves in playoffs. Pursuing Justin Simmons reflects care for a solid, experienced defense, while interest in Zadarius Smith highlights the necessity of aggression on pass rush, an element that can alter game tempo and help control opposing offenses. This reveals a multifaceted strategy valuing both secondary security and defensive line aggression. My firm opinion is that the Eagles show maturity in the market but still face challenges to translate these moves into tangible seasonal results. Signing Simmons would offer immediate impact, changing defensive behavior, while Smith appears a low-risk, high-potential asset to upgrade pass rush. Success in acquiring these pieces would make the Eagles a very tough team to beat. However, time is pressing and rivals aren't idle, creating strong urgency for these negotiations to materialize. Now I leave a provocative question for you, Eagles fans. Do you think the management is acting swiftly and effectively in targeting selective signings, or would it be better to bet more on youth development for long-term growth? What holds more value at this franchise moment, immediate experience or investment in the future? I want to read your opinions in the comments. And to never miss any Eagles or NFL news, don't forget to like this video, share your thoughts about these stories in comments, and subscribe to the channel to access all our exclusive content. This support is crucial to keep the deep and unbiased coverage of your favorite team. See you next time. Real characters count, excluding extra spaces 7814.